The Japanese cosmogony describes the creation of heaven and earth, the birth of the first gods or kami, and the creation of the Japanese archipelago. It was based off the oldest historical books in Japan, the Kojiki and the Nihon Shoki, the former of which is most popular and widely accepted. In the beginning there was silent chaos. From it, light and light particles separated and formed the light above the universe and the heaven respectively. The heavier particles formed the earth. From the heavens, five creation deities called the Koto Amatsukami appeared only to come into hiding shortly after. Then came seven generations of the Age of the Gods, or the Kanami Nanayo. The last pair who emerged were Izanagi and Izanami, who were tasked by the Elder Kami to create the islands of Japan. Izanami and Izanagi went to the floating bridge of heaven with the jeweled spear the Elder Kami gave them. They churned the ocean brine with it, and from the drops of brine that dripped off it, formed the island Onogoroshima, where they married and gave birth to the eight great islands of ancient Japan along with six minor islands.
After creating the islands, these two gods gave birth to a new generation of kami, including the sea deity, deities of the rivers, winds, trees, and mountains. Their last child was the fire deity, Kagutsuchi, which burned Izanami's genitals that led to her death. The birth of other gods did not stop there. From Izanami's corpse and from the lamentation of Izanagi, more kami or gods were born. And Izanagi's anger due to his wife's death, he killed his own child, the fire deity, from which eight volcano kami sprung forth and other eight emerged. Longing for his dead wife, Izanagi went to Yomi, the underworld, and called for his wife to return back with him to the land of living. But it was too late for Izanami, who had already eaten food in Yomi, which bound her to that place. But she said that she would go and ask gods of Yomi and ask Izanagi to not look at her. He got impatient, and thus broke his promise. Of course, he was shocked to see that his wife was now a rotting corpse. He abandoned his wife in fear, which embarrassed Izanami. In anger, she chased Izanagi out of the underworld by commanding demons and eight thunders kami, and chased him herself. Soon they met at the slope that connects the lands of the living and the dead, where Izanagi blocked the path with a large rock. Izanami shouted and said that if he leaves her that way, she will kill 1,000 people every day. And Izanagi replied to her that in a day, 1,500 will be born. They have not seen each other since then, and they became the rulers of the domains they inhabited.
After coming from the underworld, Izanagi decided to perform Misugi, a Shinto purification ritual done by washing the entire body, upon which many more kami were created, and washing his left eye, right eye, and his nose gave birth to the three precious children, namely Amaterasu, Tsukuyomi, and Susanoo. Amaterasu was revered as the goddess of the sun, while Tsukuyomi is known as the god of the night. Lastly, Susanoo was known as the god of seas and storms. The myth was created to make people believe that the imperial family has the right to rule all over Japan because they are direct descendants of the gods, and the imperial regalia was presented to prove this claim. According to the story, Amaterasu gave the treasures to Ninigi no Mikoto and sent him to Earth to pacify Japan. Later on, these treasures were given to Jimmu, who became the first emperor of the country. Amaterasu came into possession of the treasures after a dispute with Susanoo. Susanoo got the sword upon slaying Yamata no Orochi and gave it to her as an apology. When Amaterasu went into hiding, the world was plunged into darkness and chaos. The jewel and the mirror was given to her as an offering to lure her out of hiding and bring light to the world once again.
Science has always found a way to refute claims posed by various creation theories, and the one made by the Japanese is no exception. The Big Bang Theory, Big Bang and stellar nucleosynthesis, and laboratory made elements are widely accepted ideas about the formation of the universe and the elements. More than this, Japanese scholars focus on the interpretation of text rather than searching for the original documents. Because of this, there is no proof of the validity of these myths. Moreover, it is ingrained in the Japanese culture to focus on the moral values and learnings obtained from such stories, like the ones presented here, rather than believing in the accuracy of the myth itself.
がとうございます。ありがとうございます。もうちょっと。ありがとうございます。